Adam and Wack. And we're back.
Man.
Does a duck go quack? Yes, in fact.
Man, listen.
A lot of rhyming.
I texted you yesterday and thought I was going to get a no.
About recording today?
I said, we got no jumper tomorrow. You was like, yes.
I do like to check out a little bit around the holidays, but
I ain't tripping.
you know what? We got to keep this thing going.
Hey, I wasn't tripping. I just thought, I thought you was going to say no.
What, you're so posted up in the Christmas mode, you're just hanging wreaths all day, every day?
No, I was chilling. I just thought this is a white person's holiday.
This is the day after Christmas.
I know. But y'all tend to take all the way till after New Year's.
A week off sounds great. But for me, I got to do at least a little bit of podcasting every week. Like, I think this is my only day of podcasting this whole week. Granted, this is Christmas and Christmas Eve this week, but...
So Monday, Tuesday, you didn't work?
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I didn't do shit but hang out with the family. And Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm going to continue to just hang out with the family. And then Monday, I'm going to the 40s to film a music video with 4 Extra, who you were just hanging out with.
No, you can't. What are you doing?
They said they want to do a music video. I said, I'll pull up. What?
He hard-headed, man.
What, you think it's a bad idea for me to go there?
It's I'm going to try to talk him out of that.
What the is going to happen to me there?
No, not you.
Oh, him. Oh, because it's a parole violation. That doesn't make sense.
I told him how to do it. I said, yo, let your homies go do all the turn-up scenes. Man, you just come green screen somewhere else. I'm about to start calling him every day, bro. Because like when I talk to him, I think I'm getting through to him.
I feel like you're forgetting the true meaning of off the back, which is no green screens. Blue screens, maybe, but we're definitely not.
You could take a green screen and turn it whatever color you want it.
That's true, but green's better because usually people don't wear green.
But this is the thing. He should be tired of taking his street clothes off his back. You heard what I just told him?
What?
In your office, I said, next time you go and get out, I'm going to walk right by you like I don't even know you.
Because you're that disappointed in him for...
Adam, the last time I seen him here, I had a long talk with him about staying out of jail.
Right.
He went the next day.
The next day? Oh, that's pretty bad. Yeah, that's bad.
And what's crazy is he gets out, he gets his thing going.
Yeah.
He starts to heat up.
Gets emotion, yeah.
Gets emotion, and...
Right back.
He's back, taking fades.
Ugh, I know. And he said he didn't have a fade for the first month that he was locked up, and then he eventually had this very famous fade that everybody has been talking about.
I keep hearing this about this fight.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell, but he just let me hear some recordings.
Yeah, he played that on the podcast too, yeah.
Yeah, so, end of the day, I'm telling him, I'm like, it's crazy because, like, the fact that he even wants to do this lets me know that he wants to calm down.
Right. And
when I see people like him, right, I remember when I was like high-strung, knucklehead, but he's not one of those dummies. He's not one of those dudes that just like don't have any common sense. He's just dedicated to what it is he stands for and represents. But I also see that when it comes to the West Coast, I think he'll be great for this thing that we do, right?
Yeah.
So I'm telling him, like, bro, we need you on this side of it, but you got to stay on this side of it.
But he said that they violated him just because they could see on the ankle monitor that he was hanging out in various gang hotspots.
So I'm telling him, bow down.
When you come to our town.
Bow down for however many months you got to do this ankle thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It don't make no sense in fighting with the PO.
Right.
You listen, wherever he say you ain't supposed to be the opposite. Go get your Airbnb and goddamn, I don't know, bar stove.
But you see what a social butterfly he is. Like, he's got that energy. He loves politicking with the people. He loves being outside. He loves hanging out, loves to talk about random shit. So I can totally understand why he likes jail in the same way. But
no, what do you mean he likes jail? What do you mean he shouldn't like jail?
Because he's
got
a lot of people to hang out with.
All because how he likes
and they're all into the same shit.
Yeah, but fuck all that. Yeah, fuck all that.
Nah, for sure. Pussy's
At
better.
some point.
Pussy and good food is better.
I said, listen, this place, I said, you see the shit Sharp does when he sits there and looks from the side like this? I don't know.
Listen, church.
I just don't know. I don't know. I said, bro, have Lupe go and set you something up at the crib. Come here, do your shit there, work your life, chill with your girl, do something. I said, well, bro, give these people they little months so then you're not worrying about going to jail for going anywhere. Like they locking him up because places he going was crazy. You know, he's from the Crenshaw district, right, which is inner city LA. I mean, shit, let's be real. Wherever he goes is a gang area.
Exactly. And especially with him, like, you know, he's the kind of guy you catch him at the 7-Eleven. He's not just pulling up for 5 minutes. It's like he wants to kick it. He wants to hold court for an hour or two.
See, that would be the problem. You got to keep it moving.
Yeah. And now you got me worried about who's going to be in this music video, and is that me basically setting him up to go back?
Well, what I'm telling him is he needs to do it right. Let all that happen over there, and he needs to just do his performance scenes elsewhere. Edit, drop it, green screen it, do whatever you want. But, I mean, no music video is worth running the risk.
And all I really got to do, get somebody to let you use their house, get an Airbnb, pull up, shoot it there. But even then, it's like, are you going to not have the other guys in the music video?
So is it the area or is it the people?
Well, they just said he can't be around gang members. Because he said that Crash had spotted him politicking with a bunch of gang members at various spots.
You can't, listen, this is politicking before 4 Extras came home in his neighborhood. This is politicking when 4 Extra gets out. Off the back. They're going to spot him from a mile away. Up, 4 Extras out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like the most attention-catching gang member that you could think of outside of Crip Mac. Come home soon, Crip Mac.
Yo, so I'm telling you, you see him out there talking to him, right? And he just like, I listen to what he says, and he's going to have that problem because people are going to be intimidated from how he's saying it. Because he could be saying some good stuff, some productive stuff, but a lot of people, they get intimidated by his voice and his tone.
Yeah.
I get it because I used to have the same problem.
He slapped my hand and it hurt very bad.
And he didn't mean nothing by it.
No, but I feel like I might honestly have a bruised hand at some point here.
Yo, man, nephew a good dude. I'm going to stay on him, though.
Definitely.
I'm going to stay on him this time because I got some things coming up that I'm putting it together that he can fit into that'll help what he's trying to do.
Maybe he could do the thing with like all the girls in the mansion that you were going to line up for Sharp.
Yeah, we can. You know what?
He's less creepy.
Yeah, we can definitely do that.
Yeah.
Nah, that'll work.
4 Extras plus a bunch of hoes. That sounds like
Sharp
virality.
Dummy, he got mad because dude told him he has to reevaluate it. He thinks it's me and you. Right? And so he went at the dude.
He was talking. Oh, he yelled at the owner? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I swear. Sharp, 2 up for Adam.
I saw a clip from his stream where he was talking about, like, I can't f with Wack anymore after he played with my money. And he thinks that somebody's going to pay.
With his money how?
By ruining the show. He thinks somebody's going to pay him $10,000 to rap.
No, that's not going to They'll pay him $10,000 to wrap it the fuck up. Yeah. But first of all, listen. Only thing I said was, this is what I said. I said, listen, until I meet with Adam and get his take on what it is, and me knowing Adam, you know, one way or another, depends on what's going on. He probably wouldn't have cared. I said, but Adam's coming in, his partner with us on this thing. So, end of the day, I don't want to have him tell you something and then something else happens on this side. Adam never said no. We just had to really, I wasn't going to blindside him. He looks up and see, hey, what's this on the schedule, right? I got to tell him, we never had a chance to talk about it. He went crazy, started talking about the partner. He just went crazy on him. Yeah. He like, yo, bro, what's wrong with the guy? I said, hey, man, that's.
But to be fair, there's been a few different No Jumper employees that he did the same thing where like, some tiny amount of disrespect happened and he just lost his shit, fucking screamed at somebody, and then that person never really wanted to help him again. I imagine in my head that whenever his stream's not on, that he is sitting in the exact same place doing the exact same thing, which is drinking and smoking cigarettes. and talking to himself.
But I'm gonna be real. I think he has a little slender mirror, called a slender mirror, with a gold frame around it, and I think he looks into it and he screams. I think he practices on himself because the guy in the mirror is gonna say the same exact thing back to him at the same exact time.
And that's all he's looking for in life, yeah.
And that way, when he fires it up, see what you don't realize when he's looking that way.
It's
The
where the
mirror
mirror
is
is.
there.
He's talking to himself.
He's keeping himself sharp.
Yo, how do you think he spent Christmas?
Sharp?
Yeah. Sitting on the balcony smoking cigarettes?
Probably
by
so
himself.
chain smoking.
Yo, a solo Christmas is so depressing. I can't. That's sad as
A solo Christmas? But you should be able to go to somebody's Christmas party or something.
You know, where's he gonna go? Soup kitchen?
No, he's a P.
Yeah, but
They should have been over there like in the little reindeer
a lot of
outfits,
them
right?
even have families.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, he
about
got
that.
family. I don't know. He's not really engaged with it from what I
Well, at
can
least
tell.
he was there with his thing he won. Like, didn't he? His little cup. I mean, he paid for it,
Yeah.
but it's his.
His
Maybe.
sex doll.
Yeah,
Got the sex doll. How was your Christmas?
great. It was very calm, very cool. I realized that about 3 o'clock. I'm like, yo, every year is a Christmas movie that comes out. So a movie comes out on Christmas. Ever since COVID, the movie's been kind of like screwed. So I found one. The lady is a good movie. She needs to promote it.
What was it? What's
The Clarissa Shields.
I don't know.
The Fire Inside.
That's the movie?
Yeah, that's the movie.
The
Great-
Fire Inside.
Great movie. Great movie. It came out on Christmas Day. That was the Christmas release. Great movie, I swear. The Fire Inside, great movie. I learned a lot about her. I didn't know that she's the only Olympic, male or female,
It's back now.
to have won 2 gold medals back-to-back in the Olympics.
Oh, that's what this is about?
Yeah, that's her life story. She came up in Flint. She had a very hard life.
What sport is it about?
Boxing.
Oh, okay. So it's like
Bro.
$1 Million Baby?
Bro, listen, she was 16 fighting 30, 31-year-olds in
so
the Olympic trials.
it's a real story.
It's a real story.
Okay.
In Flint, and the girl that played her was great. Ryan Destiny.
If they really wanted to hit on some poppin' current events, they should have had her. Basically, it's like a woman's boxing journey, but she gets the shit beat out of her by a bunch of trans women on her way to the top.
No, she likes to fight men.
Oh, in this movie, that's the idea?
In the movie, she was trained. She sparred with nothing but men.
Really? Just as practice,
When she was
right?
16, they threw her in there with women like 30, 31-year-olds. She was whooping their ass.
At 16?
At 16, it's a lot I didn't know. I learned. And she changed the game for what they were paying men, I guess, to go to the Olympic training facilities after you won.
Uh-huh.
They was like, the little stifle check they gave them, they was paying them a third.
Wow.
And she was like, nah, she got them back to paying the women what they paid the men. And she got her first $1 million fight. Yeah, but it's a great movie. It'll make you tear up.
I'd like to check it out. I ain't crying about it.
No, it'll make you tear up, bro. I'm telling
Why?
you.
I don't cry easily.
No, it'll make you tear up.
It made you cry.
No, the first part of it, it fucked me up.
You cried.
I got a little emotional.
Just thinking about a woman's boxing
No,
journey.
the first part of it when she came home, because she was like running across town and they wouldn't train her because she was a girl.
Uh-huh.
And but when she came home and came in the house and she opened the fridge up, that shit was like, it kind of brought back some bad memories.
Oh, what? She opened the fridge?
She opened up the refrigerator, bro.
And what, there was no food?
She was gone. She pulled out the little drawers in there, and she was dumping shit out. It wasn't nothing in there. I was like, damn. Like they really touched on some points. Nigga, Fruit Loops with the water because ain't no milk. I was like, but you know what I'm saying? And then another part about it was the coach. The coaching relationship, because I had a coach, shout out Mr. Joe Berger, may he rest in peace, that he would come down and find me and make sure I signed up for football, come pick me up. He would whoop my ass. God damn it, Jones. Like, he made sure all of our teammates were like brothers. To this day, it's a group of us that still communicate. So like seeing those things, it was real. Like, because you know, the stories be similar in every, just different ghettos, but with hers being a little girl, she was the oldest of like a couple of sisters and brothers. It's a movie. I don't know why they ain't pushed it, especially with all the Papoose, Remy Ma shit was going on with her. She's the one was with Papoose. That's the one Remy Ma.
That's the girl.
That's
oh,
the girl.
what? That he switched out his Remy Ma for?
Yeah, that's
What?
her.
What the fuck?
What do you mean? What the
I didn't know that. I thought she was just a boxer. I didn't know she was like in movies as well.
That's her. She's undefeated.
What?
Yes, her chain is the greatest, the GWOAT, greatest woman of all time. GW.
Quote is crazy.
That's what it says. Big ass GWOAT.
Holy shit. We never talked about Papoose.
No, that's
What's up,
that's
Three?
Bro.
How you living?
That's bro.
Man, I love Papoose. And I was so like inspired by
Black
their
love.
relationship. Yeah, the fact that he held her down and didn't get any side pussy for 7 years while she was in prison.
You know, me and Pat was tight. He was signed to DJ K Slay.
Okay.
So I know the whole story A to Z of how that. Man, I will say this. I'll never forget when Remy went to jail.
Yeah.
Pap had just took a flight to Africa, him and his team.
Mm-hmm.
The homie Moose and everybody was with him, and he got the call, they arrested her.
Oh, she found that out while he was in Africa?
He turned around, didn't leave the airport, screwed the show.
What?
Came back. Back then, we had the magazine, Straight Stud Magazine. I don't know if you're familiar with it.
Oh, yeah.
DJ K Slade.
Well,
was his
good ass in
magazine.
there.
I was the president of the magazine.
Basically all about the ass.
Yeah.
Stupid ass.
And we throwing this back Cardi B, back when Cardi B was still dancing, right? Shout out Cardi B, back in her hustle days. And
I mean, it's something with his mic going in and out, but it's back now, sorry.
And you know, we throwing the Straight Stud Magazine parties. Papoose signed the slate.
Yeah.
You know, he going up, and they was on him, and he just be like, yo, bro. He like, yo, bro, I got to show up. Yeah, come, we need you to do this. He like, y'all done with me? Yeah, I'm out. What you mean you out? We got all this. Well, he like, man, I got to go drive up Stacey Rim in the morning. Like, dude was like, he wouldn't do nothing. I've never seen it.
I mean, I appreciate and respect the fact that when he decided that he was with her, he was all in. And so what? You're going to go 6-7 years in prison? Fuck it. I'm still here. I'm still for you. A lot of guys wouldn't do that, and I really respect it. But once that relationship devolves into her cheating on you and basically disrespecting the whole nature of the relationship, it's kind of like got to give you a little bit of a moment of like, oh, that's why nobody else would hold a girl down while she was in prison for 7 years.
I mean,
not nobody, but almost nobody.
I don't, because they had everybody going with the Black Love movement.
Remember they had those hats, Black Love. I always wanted one.
Everything, they had the thing going on. They had the beautiful child. You know, they loving hip hop, New York. And the little dude, I don't know, Easy, but I know he not a pap. Like I don't know. Like I didn't understand that. I didn't get that. You know, I got a lot of respect for Pap. Me and Pap, I'm talking about with him and Uncle Murder beefs.
Yeah.
You know, I'm everything. Pap used to come out to my birthday parties where it was like 1,500, 2,000 bloods in the building. You know, Miami, we did things. Him and Stacey Adams, we did a whole lot of things together. And Remy, you know, it's like, you know, that still is the mother of his child, but I'm confused, bro. I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, it's terrible.
And then I seen her the other day perform when she said, Remy, R.E. extra on the Easy.
She said that.
She said that because dude name is Easy, the
but
block
she's
captain.
still fucking with him like that?
She's still with the dude, I
what
guess.
I thought that was like a quick fling.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know what that's about. I'm confused, but I hope they figure out their parenting situation. I knew it wasn't gonna keep going because Pap, in his head, he doesn't want his kid to grow up and have to see a bunch of BS. That he's totally against that. Pap's doing great. He's the I want to say he might be the president.
Yeah,
over there.
What, United Masters or some shit?
No, I believe he's at is he at TuneCore?
Yeah, that's an industry job. He got some kind of.
Yeah, he's at TuneCore.
Yeah, his position at TuneCore.
And I believe he got Slay Spot at Hot 97.
Head of hip hop.
Yeah.
I wonder how that's going. I wonder if that's still a thing.
But he's doing his thing. I watched Pap come up, you know, O-Dog and his whole team. Remember when you hear me say I put Kendrick, J-Rock, YG, Nipsey, all them on New York radio first?
Yeah.
Pat, I don't know if he got the footage, but One year I had him out there when I first found out who K-Dot was. Pap got on the stage and did alphabetical slaughter.
Yeah.
We're in Long Island.
This new generation of kids could have no possible clue of how fucking hard we thought Papoose was back in the day. When I first moved to New York, he was the dude.
Crazy.
And
he got a song called Hater Blockers. It's crazy.
Yeah.
He should have went. But after he did the alphabetical, J-Rock went, he did it top dog like Wack. Think you can get Dot up there? I said, bro, you want K-Dot to go up after that? Pap just did alphabetical slaughter. He did the alphabet forward and backwards, rapping and rhyming. He like, yeah. K-Dot sitting over there kind of like quiet, not saying nothing. I got up there, got the mic. Before we end this, we want to bring up K-Dot for the West Coast, Compton, California. TDE, he got up there, stood there, that beat came on. I quickly told Top Dog, J-Rock hard, but that's the one.
You knew right away?
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Man, I wish Slay was alive because he got that footage. That's when I was like, oh, this dude is different. And he was still K-Dot. And from then he went to Kendrick Lamar, Outcome Section 80. And
so, okay, that's a good turning point to a nice question I could ask you, which is why do you think that SZA and Punch have seemingly went their own separate ways?
I don't know, did they? I know SZA still signed to TDE, right?
Well, but he was managing her. So she was signed to his label, and then he was also managing her, because isn't that normally a conflict of interest?
Well, I don't know. Was she signed directly to TDE, or was she signed to Punch, and then Punch had the thing with TDE? I don't know.
She is signed to TDE, and he was apparently managing her. But this is interesting, because apparently they've gone back and forth a little bit about it, because like one of the main things that tipped the fans off to the fact that they broke up.
Internet with it?
Look, he changed it to I manage SZA. So this was already in his bio, and then they apparently got into a situation. He removed it from his bio. She posted a bunch of shit on Instagram and Twitter and whatnot, making it like they're not together anymore, and then he re-added it. So I don't know if they got like a contract where he's able to force the issue or whatever. But okay,
yeah,
I figured you would have known about this. But
no, I didn't know that was going on. Usually, when things go on over there at TDE, they usually handle a lot of things in house.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was so surprised to see this. But there's a lot of information out here. I don't know if this is the best thing for me to click on, but social posts announcing the split between SZA and Punch, who is also president of her record label Top Dog Entertainment, began to circulate on Christmas. The Instagram fan account shared a report of Punch's departure with the comment, "No hard feelings, but kind of happy about it." SZA jumped into the replies on that post to confirm that she's no longer managed by Punch, implying that it was his decision to step away. "Nothing to celebrate. The end of an era. I wish him the best," she wrote, inserting a heart emoji before adding, "Whatever his choices may be." In a separate comment, she continued, "And to be clear, I love Punch deeply. No one should be attacking him or being cruel on my behalf. Sometimes people grow apart, and that's okay."
So maybe they...
Because she just put this project out. I don't know. I mean,
Well,
that could be like the stress factor that led to this potentially. I mean, most likely.
Yeah, but if Punch put it back up, maybe they figured it out. Yeah, that's a little different right there. But
And then when her album dropped Friday afternoon, she shared screenshots of a text conversation with Punch suggesting that she'd release more new songs before the end of the year, possibly on Christmas or New Year's Eve. Then on Monday, she suggested that her album would have some altered mixed tracks. Okay, I don't think we really care about this. But, on Instagram last night, she addressed those additional tracks while further confirming that Punch was the one who stepped away. Those were tracks Punch and I spoke about releasing together prior. Obviously, he stepped away abruptly, so sorting the drop was a bit tricky. Please give me a second. They'll be loaded. I love how she's making it seem like he's the one who had a change of heart, which you would think... I mean, she seems like the one who's more likely to be wishy-washy in this sort of situation, or to make an irrational or spur-of-the-moment decision, right?
Well,
he's older. She's said a lot of wild stuff publicly over the years.
Punch is the president of TDE.
Yeah.
So, end of the day, he's up on the Top Dog, who's the CEO.
Uh-huh.
So, Top is going to teach and breed bosses.
Right.
And he'll teach you that sometimes you got to take a loss, you know what I mean, to open doors up for your gain. So maybe something had happened business-wise, or something happened where Punch maybe gave a commitment to something and maybe she didn't want to do it, or, whatever it was, they going to figure it out.
I mean, look at this. This is interesting. He says, shaking my head, change your bio and everything goes haywire. Sheesh. I'm beginning to suspect that some of you guys don't fancy me very much, which makes it sound as if he just randomly changed his bio to not say I manage SZA, which is what I said before. And then the fans freaked out so bad that they essentially created this situation, which I would have assumed that they would have got into the conflict. He would have changed his bio, and then the fans would have hyped it up. But I would not think that the fans freaking out about it would have been the thing that put so much, intensity behind the situation.
One thing we know, bro, is those fans.
Yeah,
watch everything.
Especially, she probably got like the most absurd,
they
obsessed
watch
fan
everything.
base you could ever think of.
Academics hit me saying that he felt she was dissing him in the song with Kendrick.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, what do you mean? So she was like dissing you or something like that?
Well, yeah, and Kendrick says some shit about like, oh, you were hanging out with bitch ass, whatever, that basically makes it sound
I
like...
know what Kendrick, who he's talking about. Once I heard them lyrics, I knew what that was. But I guess because he kept saying chat, she kept saying chat. That's an academics thing to call it chat.
Yeah.
So whatever she was saying, she kept saying chat. And I'm like, well, shit, man. Like, I'm like, are you like, I would be flattered.
Yeah.
Like, if SZA dissed me singing, I would be flattered.
Yeah, I guess. But
it's
like,
SZA.
Because you're assuming that she's going to be saying something superfluous that you don't give a fuck about.
No, for one, it's SZA.
Okay, if she says, like when Gucci dissed you and he said, what was it? He whack, he don't keep it 100, whatever. Who gives a fuck? That's barely even a diss. What if SZA had a lyric that said...
Gucci did not say that. Somebody else
did. Either way, if SZA dissed you and said Wack 100 is a piece of shit and he's corrupt and he's a scammer, things you actually would be offended by. What if she said Wack 100 is a salter?
Yeah, but that's a little different.
I know, but I'm saying those. I'm trying to think of things that would actually hurt your feelings.
Okay, what I would probably say is, SZA, are you insinuating that I assaulted you?
I mean, I'm just going hypothetical here. I'm just saying, like, what if she said something about you
ask her.
on a song
SZA,
that was actually damaging?
Are you telling the world that I got that close to your body?
Okay, it's not about the specific example.
That's what you
I'm
said.
just saying, she didn't say anything that crazy about Act that would really, like, trigger. If it was about me, what the fuck do I care? But
okay, this is the thing. I'm going to be real.
Okay.
If it was probably another female artist, I probably would have something to say. But the fact that she signed the TDE, I wouldn't even hear it. She signed the Top Dog. That's my big homie.
And she's a girl. It's hard to get mad at a girl rapping about her being a girl.
We'd make their ass content too. Shout out to the exposures. But the fact that she signed the TDE, my respect for Top Dog, it will be greater than my distaste for what she had to say. I literally would trip. I would probably laugh at it, but in Axe case, he was going at SZA.
They've gone back and forth a lot over the years.
I had to call him the last time. He was getting a little too out of hand.
Yeah.
I had to call him.
He made fun of her BBL. That set off all the watchdogs.
And what's crazy, I guess, I didn't really notice.
I never even noticed her BBL.
Yeah, I didn't notice because I'm going to be real. I don't look at SZA, no disrespect, as a sex symbol. When I hear SZA, I think great music, humble personality, great soul, right? She's a sister. So I wasn't checking to see what her BBL looked like.
I haven't observed it. I'm going to take a look next time I get a chance. However, I have two things to say about SZA. Number one, when she called me a culture vulture, essentially, by voting in a poll on Instagram. No, yeah. Some girly fan page had a poll because of something I said about her, where I think I was criticizing the fact that Kendrick chose to do the interview with her in Harper's Bazaar, whatever. And so this fan page put up a poll that said, is Adam 22 a culture vulture? And the fan page was able to view and see that SZA voted yes, which is fucking hilarious. I responded and I basically said, like, I really don't give a fuck. I don't know anything about her. I never listened to her music. I don't even know what her music sounds like. At some point after that, my phone just decides that whenever I'm playing random music, that I need to hear some SZA. So it's just been clobbering me over the head that she makes amazing music. And I can't even take anything away from her. She's fantastic. I completely understand why she has a huge fan base now.
I'm glad you brought that up. Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Does you listen to heavy metal, right?
Yeah.
Rock or whatever?
Yep. A little bit. People are going to take that and be like, oh, you only listen to rock.
No. Do they consider Lil Wayne a culture vulture?
I don't think they even think about him, to be honest. And also, he put out like one rock album.
But I'm saying, though, like, All right, like they call you a culture vulture. I'm just saying he's been on tours and shit, major tours, right? Do they say, "Oh, you trying to come over here and"?
I mean, all right, you got to think about it. Like Lil Wayne put out an album almost 20 years ago called Rebirth that borrowed a lot of sonics from rock music and metal and stuff, but ultimately it's not like he like started a band and started to go on tour with a full band playing rock music.
He was on tour with like Blink. Blink? What's
it's
the name of the group?
Blink 182.
Yeah.
Also then it's like, it's not like he continued on with this rock trajectory. You know, it's like the rock community largely doesn't give a shit about Machine Gun Kelly, and he completely switched his style from rap to rock. I mean, no, I don't think bigger. Well, yeah, of course, but I don't think anybody in the world of rock music is thinking about him at all.
I think Wayne got more attention than Machine Gun Kelly.
For that moment, yeah, but I mean, MGK is real popular. He plays huge shows with all these little fucking girls who are obsessed with his shit and probably don't listen to any other music that sounds like that.
Great, okay. Shout out for MGK.
Oh, and then my other SZA observation is that I just found out that she previously had a controversy because apparently she claimed to be a marine biologist.
Wait.
Shout out to my boy George Costanza, because this sounds very familiar.
What do you mean? She claimed she went to college?
She falsely claimed to be a marine biologist. This is what I read today in an article.
Y'all seen this come out of her mouth?
I did not actually see it come out of her mouth, but
so it was all speculation.
Well, it's something that her fans, I guess, have thought was very funny. R&B star SZA is passionate about marine biology and has said that she would drop her music career to work in the field. She has expressed concern about the ocean's rapid and permanent changes. Okay, we get it. But
see,
okay,
come on, bro.
Look, last year, and this is like a bullshit AI site, so I don't really know.
She just said that she's passionate about it.
That was the AI synopsis.
That doesn't say that.
Okay.
I don't take SZA to being a liar.
While introducing SZA, Trevor Noah announced, "This is a woman who almost became a marine biologist, and if she had, there would be no theme song for killing your ex. Please welcome SZA."
See, that's cap. See,
so someone else said it about her.
Yeah, y'all gotta cut it out. Good thing it's a black guy on this show. Okay? I would have been one hell of a judge.
Listen, the idea that she would have ever claimed to be a marine biologist without being a marine biologist is so funny.
White judge now? You see that white judge? He's cool. Think he's like in Texas or something.
A white judge?
It's a white judge. This is the most fairest guy. He told the dude, he said, "You pulled him over for driving while black. Let's just be real." No.
What are you talking about?
It's a white judge. He be on social media. And dude be wearing his regular suits. He don't got the little cloak thing on.
He's like a social media judge.
No, but he's a real judge in like Houston or something. But all his courtroom things, they be on Instagram. And dude don't go for it. Let me tell you what he did. Not only did he rule in the black dude's favor, but he made the cop pay some money.
What am I supposed to search? Texas social media judge?
It might pop up. I'm surprised if he pop up. Dude ain't no joke. He's fair as hell.
I ain't seen shit. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
He's fair as hell. I'm about to send you some shit.
Okay.
Cool dude. But nevertheless, you sent me some real corny shit.
Beyonce's performance?
Not to say Beyonce is corny.
I wanted you to take a look at it. Twitter was ablaze today talking about it.
Well, this was crazy.
Yeah.
When I hit the link. When I hit the link, this dude, the New Orleans Blood, and getting into it with Snoopy Badass, some dude. Well, I forget his name. I don't know him.
Gangster? No, he's not Blood.
No. I think Sharp interviewed him before.
From a New Orleans Blood.
He claims like Inglewood families and something.
From New Orleans.
When I hit your link, that's what came up, right? Something about him and Snoopy, and I'm like, what the fuck? Adam want me to watch this. So I called 600 because he mentioned 600 name of the clip. I said, man, Adam sent me a clip. You know this dude? Because he mentioned my name too. I'm going to holler at him. I sent it to him. He said, I don't know him. He said, but Wack, the shit you sent me is Beyonce. That's when I text you back. Because I'm like,
oh.
Beyonce. When I hit it, YouTube's been doing that shit. Instagram's been doing it. You hit a link, it'll send you somewhere else. So that's why I text you. I said, yo, did you want me to watch Beyonce?
Oh, I was wondering why you had to confirm that when I sent you the
Because
link,
when
yeah.
I hit it, it was this whole other dude, some Snoopy badass, and the Peanut Butter Man, and something in Colorado, and all this stuff. The mascot, Munchie B, and that's why. And I watched that. I said, well, maybe he wants to cover this, right? But then I ended up watching and I was confused. I'm like, Super Bowl 2024. So when I get to the office, I'm like, man, Adam sends me this shit on Beyonce. Was that an old performance? They're like, nah, she just did that.
Right.
I guess the other day.
And I was confused too,
Christmas.
because I was thinking this looks like it's almost as impressive as a Super Bowl performance,
Oh, no,
but
I
it's
see
not
what-
the Super Bowl.
I see what they're doing now.
It's because Netflix paid a gigantic amount of money to basically be able to stream a couple of different football games so that they could bring in a bigger audience who wants to see this shit. And as a result, they need to put on the most high quality production possible. So what do? You go get Beyonce.
No, I think it's bigger than that.
What do you think it was?
Bro,
They had Post Malone as a guest.
they did.
Post Malone does one verse.
They did a halftime performance.
Right.
That to me, notably, is probably bigger than 95% of the Super Bowl performances we've seen over the years.
For sure.
This was crazy. She came down with the horse. From the horse, she's come. I'm watching the
The
production.
horse.
The horse.
No horse.
A white horse.
Horse.
It
Yeah.
might have been some whores out there because there was a lot of people.
Definitely.
was a lot
At
of
least a
people out
few whores in the audience, yeah.
People in the band, shit going on.
Right.
You got the goddamn denim pickup truck with Post Malone on the back. Was that Jay-Z came out?
I didn't see Jay-Z.
Who was that came out? Somebody came
Oh,
out rapping.
Shabuzi.
That-
You don't know about
He
Shabuzi?
came out. I couldn't, because I had it on my dashboard without my glasses.
Shabuzi has like the biggest country pop song
No, the black
of all
dude.
time. That's what I'm talking about, yeah.
With the
He's,
yeah,
he's
dreads.
Nigerian. His last
Yeah,
name is
dreads.
something like
Yeah,
Shabuzi.
wherever he was. He sounded like Jay-Z.
You don't know about Shabuzi?
Nah, I don't know about nothing about
He
no.
did the Tipsy
I know
remix
about,
that is like everywhere.
I know about Shebang spices from the boiling crab.
Check it out.
Shebang bang shrimp.
Look, this is like the
You never tried that?
I don't know what you're
It's
talking about. Look,
fire.
8 months ago, 171,000 views. This is like the biggest song ever. And the crazy thing about it to me is that
Oh, the Tipsy song.
yes,
Yeah, I heard that.
this fool
No,
he don't give a fuck about being liked in hip hop at all. Because like at first I was a little offended that he didn't want to come on No Jumper. Well, not that he told me that, but he just didn't respond to Laura or whatever. But then I was checking out like every other thing he's done. He's 100% in on the country shit. Like he's not trying to make good impressions in hip hop.
No, I heard that. Well, my boy Speedy, the one that make sure that our boy in there is all right. You know,
Speedy, our
Speedy.
boy in what prison?
yeah.
Crip Mac?
No, the other guy, the Meg Thee Stallion guy.
Oh, Tory. Okay.
Yeah, right. So Speedy, he's home now. He's doing 10-year stretch. But I remember him sending me a song, and it was this song, but they remixed it to some Crip Street,
Oh yeah.
right? So when I heard this, I said, "Oh, I know that song. That song's catchy as hell." Yeah, something.
No, yeah. This is damn. This shit only did 300K. That's too bad.
It probably was put out wrong.
Well, it went crazy on Instagram, even if it didn't go that crazy on YouTube.
It probably was put out wrong. But nevertheless, I think, bro, that don't you find it funny that they do something like this around all the Kendrick Lamar controversy, him doing the Super Bowl, and they come out and put on a production like this, literally 6 to 8 weeks away from the Super Bowl performance? It's kind of like, does he have to match that?
So you
You
think
get what
that
I'm saying?
you think it might be a bit of a challenge?
I've never seen anybody do that at Christmas, Christmas football. I've never seen. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
I've never seen that.
Beyonce is gigantic. I mean, my assumption was that Netflix paid so much and it was so invested in making this a huge success that they were willing to pay. Like, I think it probably cost like $7 million or some shit to get Beyonce to do something like that.
I mean, the production was
Yeah,
crazy.
It was crazy. There was a moment where I heard Dolly Parton's voice, and I thought Dolly Parton was about to come out, and my wife seized up, almost had a seizure. She was so excited that this was about to happen. My kid too. My kid was so into it. My kid the whole time. Mom, I like her dress. I like her hair. I like her dress. The whole time, entire thing.
Yo,
Maybe a little hard to enjoy.
Nevertheless, I mean, I think I just was looking at it, I'm like, damn, I've never seen him do this on the Christmas Day football game, halftime. You know, Kendrick's coming, Super Bowl. And no doubt in my mind, Kendrick's very creative. He has some huge sets. I don't know. I mean, Dr. Dre and them did their thing.
Right, for sure.
Out here on that.
You might not have caught it, but she brought her daughter out at one point in that too. One of the dancers who was right up front with her.
There was a lot going on.
That was her daughter, yeah.
There was a lot going on. But she performs with her on stage on her tours.
Right. But still, bringing her out in that kind of big look. It's like, because she's in that Lion King movie too.
Yeah, but why wouldn't you bring her out? Those are memories. Those are priceless memories.
I just think that, like, I respect the way that they basically kept her mostly out of the public eye for all these years, and now they're slowly starting to let her get these different looks. Because it's like, she's going to be a mega celebrity no matter what, and I think it's cool that they let her grow up basically away from the cameras and shit.
Is she singing already?
I don't know if she's singing. I know she.
I don't know what she does.
She was doing voice work on the Mufasa movie. She was a voice over because it's lions and shit, obviously.
You know, before my people, Darius, his people, James McQuarrie's son, who I grew up with, son used to be the little cub lion.
He was Simba.
He was the voice of that.
Eddie Winslow was Simba.
Who? No.
Darius.
No, his little cousin.
He has a little cousin. Okay.
Yeah. His dad, I grew up with Don and Jay McQuarrie, which he used to be signed to me, but his son was the voice. You know, that's a great thing. I don't know if that's Beyonce's daughter. So if she wants to go into acting or singing, whatever they want to do, who's gonna tell them no?
Yeah, no, definitely. But I mean, a lot of parents try to, like, basically bring their kid up into that from a super young age, whereas I think it makes a lot of sense to allow them to develop privately and then bring them out as time goes by. If they decide, like a 8-year-old or a 10-year-old can't make the decision about if they want to be a celebrity or not. Now, granted, in her position, she's either way. She's going to be famous. If she don't want to be famous, sorry, you're famous. But the fact that they let her grow up behind the scenes and then kind of slowly emerge from the shadows, because Jay and Beyonce, they both have such micromanaged public images. That's
a fact.
They have experience of that. They know every look is not a good look. Anyway, okay, you tell me. What the fuck is going on with this Harry O thing? You're exposing him? The exposers went to work on him? You tell me. What's going on with Harry O? And explain who Harry O is to people. He's one of the founders of Death Row. I just recently watched Big Boy do an interview with him.
We're not going to say that.
You don't call him one of the founders?
Yeah, we're not going to say that. But, allegedly, he was one of the guys that gave up the money for Suge to start Death Row.
Okay. And he's a dope dealer or something?
And he went to jail. He went to jail for trying to kill his nephew.
Uh-huh.
And he had some state time on that. And
so he made statements in front of a federal grand jury trying to get back at Suge, and it put a lot of people at greater risk all the way from Michigan. He was locked up in Michigan?
That's a whole nother thing. We haven't even exposed that yet.
Harry O provided a list of witnesses that could corroborate his story about Suge, and in all that mix and that whole thing, N-words from Pontiac, Michigan, who was fucking around on the West Coast. Based on the info Harry O provided, it led to a greater DEA net being cast across the country.
That content came from Dogface. We're going to run that probably in a day or so. But the original content was when Reggie Wright came on the show.
Uh-huh.
And Reggie started to say Harry O was a rat.
Okay.
So, I asked, well, hold on, where's the paperwork at? And at the time, he had some recordings, with the attorneys and so on and so forth.
Uh-huh.
So, I went to digging and to see if Harry O was involved in these court dates.
Okay.
So I'm thinking to myself, how could I determine if Harry O was involved in these court dates?
Mm-hmm.
So we reached out to somebody who knew somebody, and we was able to pull up all of Harry O's movements in prisons from 95 to 97.
Wow. Diabolical.
Listen, and in these movements, on June 13th of 97, on October 11th of 95. Okay? It shows you where he's at. Lancaster Beef Facility, where Blueface is at. Right? It tells you the reason why, out to court. But this where it gets interesting. What does it say in green?
Intergovernmental agreement.
And who came and got him?
U.S. Marshals.
Okay. So, once I saw that, I knew at that point in time, Harry-O, your ass was lying.
Because he said what?
He said he never had anything to do with those court situations. He didn't know nothing about what Reggie was talking about. So now we find your movement to where you got the intergovernmental agreement, right? Well, you're going to court on these dates. So, at that point in time, I defended you. Now I had to expose you. Okay.
But so
here are some of the details about IGAs, intergovernmental agreements. Purpose: IGAs establish a facility for detaining people who are charged with or convicted of federal crimes or who are being held as what? Material witnesses. Now, Harry-O was convicted 88, 89.
So you're saying there's no
reason why you got caught at 95, 97. You got to go do 30 in the feds, and you had whatever you had to do in the state, right? On the federal side, he should have did about 19, 20, a big meat stretch. So he ended up doing about 9. So, they say it was a presidential pardon. I don't know. But what we do know is...
presidential pardons are all public.
Yeah, what we do know is it's some explaining you have to do. And then I saved him. He tried to backdoor me. That's what kicked it off.
How so?
Okay, I get a call about 8 months ago, right? And he was meeting with some dudes that wore a recording device on him. He's talking crazy about Snoop Dogg.
Harry-O was?
Crazy.
Have they had anything to do with each other since the death row days?
No, they're partners.
Still?
Snoop brought him in.
Oh.
Snoop brought him in and let him be part of the
all the way back in the day or currently?
Currently.
Oh.
And let him be part of the situation that I guess he felt he should have originally been part of. Snoop being a stand-up guy. So I get a call. They said, Wack, dude didn't want to say the footage, this, that, and other. They recorded Harry-O talking crazy about Snoop. Snoop would want to hear this, right? So I said, well, hold on. I get a hold of Harry-O. Somebody get his number. I never talked to him, met this dude a day in my life. Because all I know about him is his ass was in the Vibe magazine in 1997 saying he gave Suge some drug money to start the label, which in turn is dry snitching because that's money laundering.
Yeah.
Right? So I get him on the phone. Yo, this Wack. What's up, Wack? I said, yo, you had a conversation the other day where you had some things to say about Snoop that he wouldn't approve on. What you mean? They recorded you, bro. Either you're going to be real with me or you're going to bullshit. You're going to bullshit, I get out the phone and I'll let it make it, run its course. No, Wack. I said, well, he's the dudes that have it. Go have a conversation with him. I told him not to put it out. So he goes and tell me, yeah, man, I was just been a little upset because I've been home 2-3 years, whatever it may be. And some doors I feel should have been open haven't been open. I said, what doors are that? He said, I wrote a book about my life story. I want to do this, that, and other. They want to do other things, but nobody wants to open up the door for me to do the business on my book. So I said, well, if you want, I can arrange a meeting for you up at Paradigm with my guy Andrew Ruff. He's one like chairman or something like that. He's in control of budgets, and he can push some buttons. He like, you'll do that for me? I said, yeah, we do it tomorrow, 2:00.
And just
all in the same day.
Just to be fair, I understand the desire of people from gangster shit to like write a book, but you can't really expect it's going to have that big of an impact because let's be real, motherfuckers do not read books anymore.
That's a fact. So
make a documentary.
But I think what he wanted to do is go to TV, whatever he wanted to do. So we're all within the day, this phone call, keep the Snoop Dogg shit from coming out on him. It probably caused a little wedge between him and Snoop, because one thing about Snoop, once he with you, but when he see you saying and doing some bullshit like that, he'll bag up from you. He might still deal with you, but it ain't gonna be the same.
His time's very valuable.
So
he can easily walk away.
I arrange within the next day. I get him up there and he takes the meeting. My guy makes some calls, say, well, I'm usually booked up 3 weeks at a time. Wack's my brother. He called with the urgency. We're here, tell me about it. He got on there. He's calling all the top dudes with it to put it together. I said, you know what, Harry, I trust that you're going to do what's right by me. I'm going to go ahead on and put y'all together. Y'all had a conversation. Right? I'm going to let you conduct your own business. Man, just did 33 years, Allegedly, he was responsible for Denzel getting his first Broadway play. I figure you know how to do business. You a street nigga, you been to the joint, do the business right. I get a call from my man. He like, yeah, man. Harry gave me a call, man. I took him up there, for a meeting. I said, oh, yeah? So I walked in, and our man was like, yo, Cash already walked his in. Wack already walked his in. So he looking at the man like, yo, why you didn't tell me Wack walked his in?
Mm-hmm.
So I waited a couple days to see if Harry was going to call me. So when he didn't call me, I called him. And we had a conversation. And we leaked those, all that's out. It's on the Hunters YouTube channel. And I told him, like, yo, bro, I did right by you, bro. All within 24 hours. I stopped this from happening, created that. And all you had to do was just, bro, do right by me. But you tried to backdoor me. I had to inform him that, bro, nobody cares about who you are. Whatever dope you slung in the 80s, nobody gives a damn in 2024. And I told him, I said, bro, I got your shit. You know what I'm saying? I said, so I'm just letting you know because I feel I should let you know you're about to be exposed. That's one thing I pride myself with the exposers. We alarm the people that we're going to expose. We alarm them. They're going to be exposed.
Right.
We give them the opportunity.
So from your perspective, though, like what I always hear from people in the streets is that unless you got the paperwork, unless you got it in black and white, it don't matter. Now, what you just showed me about his travel routes and everything.
You got to explain that.
That's interesting, but it also seems kind of incidental. Like it could be any number of things.
When I got sentenced to the penitentiary, and I didn't have no appeal, I wasn't coming back for a new beef, there's no reason why I got the intergovernmental agreement to be held in San Bernardino where they hold them type of people. Going to a court, because when Reggie accused him of it, he denied it. He said, I don't know nothing what you're talking about. But then the court dates line up with the court dates when Reggie was dealing with what they was dealing with. So at the end of the day, you gotta, he's 63 years old. And if you look at it, this how you know, right, Adam, how current it is.
But you don't think that this is gonna like be enough ammunition for the whole world to write him off as a snitch, right?
We just getting started.
Oh, well.
He just, he needs to really like let us know what this is about. We just getting started.
Oh wow.
See, here goes the thing, right? Now, if you pay attention to his date of birth, right?
Yeah.
What age does it say he is?
63.
You know how old he is now?
How old?
63. So what that know what that tells you? It's a fresh pull. Look at this. Look at what year he's born.
Wait, so this paperwork is fresh?
Fresh pull.
So
because it's gonna tell you the age he was of the pull. So if this was somebody who pulled this 20 years ago, it would have said age 43.
Right.
Harry 60, just turned 63. Right? So I tease people.
Right.
If I got this, I got something else. So what he better do is keep things where they supposed to be. Leave my name out his mouth, because I will destroy you. I'm not like the rest. I don't care about who you are. I don't care about who you are. You got a team like I got a team. All the Donald Trump shit, that's cool. I got family members over there been working with Trump for the last 12 years, actually.
So he's a big Trump guy?
Well, I don't know. Trump, he claims Trump gave him $10 million. I don't know. I don't know why he would be telling people these things, but, I don't know what he got going on. Why would Trump gave him a pardon. Trump did let him speak. I felt to get the urban vote to show like, yo, there's a guy I pardoned, and I got him up here on the suit and tie on the podium. You know what I'm saying? So great, cool. And, we all kind of looked at Harry like he was a cool dude, but he got snake in him like everybody else. And I ain't going for it. He disrespected, shout out to Speedy.
He did Breakfast Club and he did Big Boy.
Who's that?
Harry O, since he got out 1 month ago, approximately.
Yeah, so I don't know. I got to check out his interviews. I just, within talking to him and being face-to-face with him, no doubt he's a businessman. He's 63.
And so Reggie Wright is on a campaign because he's on Bomb First talking about how Harry O is not a co-founder of Death Row.
Well, he wasn't. He was a co-founder of Godfather Entertainment.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that doesn't look too good for him, I guess. I don't know what his plan to... Was he about to spend the rest of his life in jail if it wasn't for this?
He had a 30 piece of doing affairs. He'd have did like 20 of it.
Okay.
With the new laws, how Meech got out a little early. So he came home about 10 or 11 years early.
Oh, wow.
But at that point, you think he came home 3 years ago at 60, that means he'd have been like 70 when he got out.
That's rough.
So, shout out to him, but bro, just do business right. Stop playing with people, bro. Everybody ain't playing with you. We don't care about what. My little homies don't give a damn about my stories from the 90s. They don't. The younger generation, they care less.
So my issue is I had a lot of conversations with 1090 Jake while I was in Florida with him. And I realized that even though he's gotten this crazy amount of notoriety from exposing so many snitches, because keep in mind, his channel really, he probably got like a dozen or more people that basically, they had a clean image, he exposed them, now they're viewed as a snitch permanently. He's got the biggest platform that realistically does this. Obviously, there's a lot of people on Clubhouse and everybody else doing it.
Not a lot of people. The 100 side. Not a lot of people. It's the 100 side, Adam.
Sure, the exposers. Got it. But Jake, as far as making these polished videos that expose people, everybody from Vaughn off 1700 to Lotto has shouted Jake out in songs, and basically every single time it's I'm gonna expose you for being a snitch. 1090 Jake, that is 100% how he's been.
Shout out to 1090.
How he's been branded, and he really wants to step away from it because I think he's seen how him being known as somebody who pretty much exclusively destroys people's careers. It makes it a little tricky for him to move around. He's very, very cautious about how he moves around. He's made a shitload of enemies, and then it's every single person that he exposes, it's oh, that's a whole batch of people in the rap game that will not f with him because of the fact that they f with the person he exposed. So from his perspective, he's really stepping away from it. I believe that there's been a bunch of opportunities that you might want to have some more conversations with him because it seems like he's got a lot of information on deck that he's not letting go in terms of people who have told. Is there any consideration for that from your perspective? Every rapper I expose for snitching, his family's not going to buy my diapers.
But you got to remember, the exposers just a couple weeks ago, we exposed that somebody got lied on for snitching.
Who was that?
You know what I'm saying? What's that dude? Was it Yak Gotti, whatever his name was? No, not Yak Gotti. Rollo.
So
a dude calls me. Called a homie KP from Grape Street, actually, in the joint, calls me. Yo, Wack, he want to expose Rollo. Rollo told on him. We just got out. Oh, yeah? Yeah, okay, cool. He comes on the platform. He's telling his story. We're like, okay, where's the paperwork? He like, Wack, well, you got to pay for that. Right? I said, got to pay for it. You called me one to expose this dude on my channel. Now you playing games. Right? I said, you going to read the paperwork? He said, you got to pay for that. I said, okay, cool. While you thinking about that, let me read my paperwork. So I started reading the paperwork that says he told on Rollo. Yeah. See, we got a war chest over there. My man Beast on the 100 side, he keeps it.
Shout out
and
Beast.
Just because we ain't got no issues with you, we'll just leave it there.
Punked out Sharp.
Our 1090 guy, right? So, end of the day, he did mark Sharp out. Yeah, it was crazy, right? At the end of the day, we exposed that you, in fact, told on Rollo. Rollo didn't tell on you. You gave a description of what he did, the plan, how much money he had, the weed he had, his dope spot, his address, everything, guns, everything. So it's just not about. And Rollo, I believe, went on there and kind of shouted me out, thanked me for it, right? So our thing is just not about, exposing the rats, which you need to be exposed because we're trying to motivate the rats. Just be a rat. You know what I'm saying? Either you're a long-tailed rat, as Ghost would say, or you're a mice.
The difference between you and 1090 Jake is that to Jake, he's still got so many different opportunities. He's not 100% sure what direction he wants to go with his content. I know he's done all these videos exposing people and talking about current events, but then he also wants to do interviews. He wants to travel around, do all kinds of different shit. And I think from his perspective, maybe where he's going in the future, he doesn't want it to be what he's built his name on so far. Whereas from your perspective,
though.
Well, he has been somewhat one-dimensional, and I think he believes that there are more dimensions to his personality. But somebody like you, you're like, fuck it, I'm already embedded in this type of shit. There's no way I'm changing. I truly believe you will be 80 years old exposing people for talent.
Problem. When you use the word expose, it doesn't always have to be in a negative way. We have a reality show. R&B just finished the deck on. It's called The Exposers Presents You've Been Exposed. Right?
It's like To Catch a Predator, but you tell them that they snitched when they show up.
No. We got 30 people coming to Clubhouse. I'll start promoting it. Right? Okay. Submit your music. 15 of you guys will be eliminated.
And 15 of you will be exposed as snitches?
No, one person will win. But the top 15 highest scores will advance to the reality show.
What does this have to do with the exposers?
It's called You've Been Exposed. But yet at the end of the day,
like
the winner of
this,
you've been again. Once again, we're not 1090s in the box.
I think you're sucking the meaning out of your
I'm not.
Crew. Yeah.
Because if we're exposing that this guy's a hot artist, this guy's a hot producer, and we got this dude a deal, right? At the end of the day, exposing doesn't always have to be negative.
Usually it is.
Yeah, well.
What if I expose that you did some charity work last week?
That's not negative.
It's not really exposing, right?
No, it is.
You would like for people to know.
No, it is because people may not know that.
Right, but it's like you it's not much to expose when it's something you would have never attempted to hide.
Okay, so we'll be announcing next week. We got a reality show we're about to shoot called You've Been Exposed.
Okay.
Right? And at the end of that, somebody will win $50,000. We're going to market and promote your EP, shoot 2 videos, remix your single, right? Send you on a marketing run to the major podcasts. Whatever region you're from, will work radio right there for you, right? And if this individual, because he's been exposed by the exposers and being a hot artist, and other individuals on there because the label was able to see him, really what we're doing is artist development within 8 to 10 episodes. Something that would not ordinary happen because we're exposing them. Now, we got a jail cell set, and we're going there. That's why I talked to 4 extras. You're going to be in the jail cell, 5 producers in form of a counselor. You got to finesse the counselor for the production. We got people from the Hunter side that's going to be working the situation. We got people going to come up on the monitors as judges. It's going to be a big thing. But again, when I'm saying expose, we expose rats. What's the streets need? If you got a dude in Tennessee finna do business with a guy in San Francisco, and we just so happen to get his paperwork, the dude in Tennessee is gonna appreciate us letting them know, like, this dude ain't good. Right? Okay, on the flip side, we got a dude that's being accused of something, and we can show him the paperwork that that's not necessarily true. He's appreciative of that. And then if we can use our light to put it on artists, right, and where they can make some money and exploit their talents, then, right, he appreciated that. 1090 was just exposing rats.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I had to expose a mice the other day.
Who's that?
Lil King.
Oh, so what is this? Finesse Two Times had an artist, a little kid.
Not an artist.
What is he, 10?
Not an artist.
He's a small child. Is this? It's not his son?
Can you pull us? No. There's no songs. He's a mice.
Yeah.
He's a mice. Stuart Little. He's a mice. Look,
let's listen to this.
He's a mice.
Think about saying, "Hey, bro, Lil King got the car, man. It's a child, fool. Hey, fool, on some real excellent man stuff. Hey, King, fool. Hey, Lil King got the car, fool. Y'all gonna get on y'all high speed, bro. Lil King got the car. Boom, we run out of gas. They surround the whole. They got on high speed chase, and I was in a car. They didn't think about saying, "Hey, bro, Lil King got the car, man. It's a child."
So wait, he's exposing that he was in a high speed chase.
Listen. This is a dude Finesse took, put him on the internet, made him famous. Now listen, I get it. I was once like the little kid in my own little way, ahead of my time and grown young, right? Kid's 11 years old, right? But the kid is out there around the hustle with the hustle. So when you come out and you start to say, you got guns, she got guns, they did this, they had a high-speed chase, Jay Prince, the jewelry didn't get stolen, they really melted it down and made the other thing. He smoked weed with me. He really tried to kidnap me and all this shit, but yet you running around trying to live that type of life. I knew at that age, you wasn't supposed to be doing no telling, right? So I got to call him. I can't call him a rat. He's 11.
That's what I was thinking.
He's a mice.
He's not a willing participant in any of this,
He's
right?
a mice.
Okay. A mouse, really.
Mice.
Mouse. Mice is plural.
Yeah, I
There's
know.
only one of him.
Yeah, he's a bunch of them. Because what he's doing, what he's doing is he's telling the kids, play gangster, hang with the gangsters, shoot dice with the gangsters, smoke some weed, get the attention from the gangsters, gather all the information and tell them. I knew better than that.
Right. I mean,
I knew better than that.
it feels like he's just exposing him for attention and because he can, not because he really thinks that he was wronged, right?
Do you know
And
what
granted, he's a
happened
kid,
to
but-
Finesse? Him saying, I got video, you smoking weed with me, guns around me, having me in high-speed chases. And then he said, you ran off on the plug with 100 bows. I didn't even know what bows was. I had to ask the flow.
It's a pound
I
of
said,
weed,
Brock,
right?
what's a bow? He said, a pound. He said,
Yeah.
you ran off on the plug in Oklahoma with 100 bows. This nigga, listen,
That's crazy.
Stuart Little.
Yeah, I don't care if you're 10. If you're like a real rapper, you
He's not a
can't
rapper.
be saying that shit. But he raps, right?
I don't think so. I just think
FNG King. I think he does.
I just think it's Finesse gang. That means I just think he and then
I never listened to this
I
little
gotta
rug rat,
agree
to be
with
honest.
Finesse.
Yeah, look, you got video from a year ago with 5 million views.
Okay, well maybe he is.
Look how they spelled feet. Fet
Feet.
Finesse 2 times. Now that's something a 10-year-old would do.
Listen,
Wow, that's sad.
I gotta agree with Finesse
Favorite op.
that he had a change of heart and said, look, you off the internet, you're gonna stop doing these things, this, that.
Yeah.
And dude said, hell no, and ran away. Now, whoever the people is he ran away to, I'm looking at them like, well, if he got down on Finesse, what he gonna do with you? I hope you not doing anything around this kid.
Because from the looks of this kid, if you were to sign him and then put him in an environment in which he couldn't smoke weed and he couldn't go on high-speed
That's where
chases,
he left.
he gonna be mad as fuck. He gonna be wishing he was
said
signed
it.
to Finesse two
No,
times again.
No, he said it. He said, you want to change me for who I was when you found me. So Finesse got in his mind like, yo, you gonna slow down.
So
bro.
he's exposing him for doing these things, but then also saying he's also exposing him for not wanting him to do those things anymore.
Anymore, exactly. But Finesse did what he did initially, and salute to him for trying to make a change. But I got a call like, bro, if they don't stop this kid,
Yeah.
he's gonna be outpo. I'm telling everybody.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna do nothing to him. He's an 11-year-old kid. So 11, 12, 13, 14. At what point in time is the day gonna come or the age gonna come where they're gonna say he's old enough to get it?
Yeah.
They need to save. I don't know where his mother or father is. I don't wish that on him. But at the end of the day, he just sat here and told about 4 or 5 different charges Finesse could get. Right? Told on his girl. His girl got the guns too. Finesse got the guns. He's smoking weed with me. He got 100 bowls, ran off on the plug.
Do you look at someone like Finesse 2 times, who I would assume
He's
is
a rat too, though.
Oh, right.
Finesse long tail rat.
But he's like probably what, like 30 or like a little under 30, I would
Probably
guess.
in his 30s or something, maybe.
Do you look down on him on a man-to-man level, not a public like podcast, social media level, but do you look down on him for passing a blunt to a 10-year-old?
Yeah. I would ask him, and I've seen it before. The first time I seen it, you may remember the dude.
Yeah.
Little kid from New Orleans. Little light-skinned kid. Creep, you remember that little dude should be on social media? Little young kid. Not the dude that used to be spitting the game who took the
There's
trial.
been so many bad little
No.
kids going viral over the
It used
years
to be
that I
him
don't
and his
even
dad,
remember. I
and
don't
his
remember
dad
which
had to
one.
go to the pen. This little kid was bad as hell. I cannot remember his name. Little light-skinned, curly-haired little kid.
I've seen so many of these over the years.
And he was shooting dice and smoking weed. And every time I would see it, I would leave.
Yeah, for sure. At my age, I cannot be around a 10-year-old getting high. I can't even be in this. I don't want to be in the same house where there's like people
The other day, he
smoking
was
weed with a
shooting
10-year-old.
dice. He slid the dice. I'm surprised they let him get away with it.
Now, I'll be honest, all throughout my 20s, riding BMX bikes, for sure, there probably could have been, a 16-year-old kid in the
Yeah, that's
in the circle, and I'm not even going to think twice about
No,
passing
that's
him a
different.
blunt.
That's
Yeah,
different.
that doesn't.
But, I mean, I was young.
But at this age, I would not.
I was young at his age. I was wild. I was a little more aggressive. I was a little more about the hustle. I was a lot more violent. But I wasn't into the, I don't believe the people I was around, T-Poli, shout out to T-Poli in New Iberia, Louisiana down there. The Darby family, Shawana,
It's called
Brandy.
New Liberia.
New Iberia. That's where Red Rooster hot sauce come from. The Darby family down there. And he practically raised me, taught me how to hunt, fish, ride motorcycles, drive a car, and taught me a slew of other things, right? I probably should have known. But he never allowed me to drink nothing, to smoke nothing, none of that type of thing, nor did I even attempt to. I remember a time where my father, when he was on drugs, came to the door.
Really?
And he like, yo, man, your son right here, you tripping. Because he lived next door to us, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember getting up and say, look, serve him. If you don't get the money, somebody else will.
Right.
And he looked at me and looked at him. I said, bro, get the money, right? And he told me that day, you're going to be a different type of guy growing up. And I get it, because when you're in that environment, dude is a man in an 11-year-old's body. The funniest thing this morning, I woke up, he's talking like he is one of us, but he's in Walmart kid pajamas. This shit was hilarious.
I mean, I feel like 10. Yeah, at 10.
Bro, he was in
10 is so little.
Walmart style pajamas, talking like he's 40.
Like my sister has a 10-year-old and an 8-year-old, and granted, they ain't been exposed to shit, but it's weird because I'm starting to see adulthood creep into his life, where all of a sudden there's girls that he's kind of sort of talking about just a little bit, and like he's starting to like rap music. He's starting to like ask me about YouTubers and shit like that, and he's 10. For sure, he has never even thought about smoking weed. He still yells at me every time I say "fuck" or whatever. You know, if you swear around him, he's language. I'm like, oh my god, you're a fucking dork. But yeah,
You know he's going to see this one day, right?
Yeah,
you called him a dork.
Well, but the thing about him is that they're losing their minds because certain kids in their grade have like 100 YouTube subscribers. So meanwhile, their uncle has 5 million YouTube subscribers.
Gotcha.
So to them,
so they talk about that at school.
they're just starting to latch on to the fact of like, oh, like No Jumper's a big deal. Like, oh, you know all these streamers. Oh, we're obsessed with KSI and Logan Paul. You've interviewed them. You know, it's like it's starting to creep in that they're realizing like, oh, this is why we think you're cool. They always thought it was cool before, I guess.
I mean, nevertheless, it's just showing the direction the world is going into.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's so. I'm gonna be real. Like, we have no say. So, Adam, I'm gonna keep it real. If I thought exposing these people would lead to them being like murdered or something, I probably wouldn't be doing it. But I understand that today it's just entertainment and content and something for people to talk about. Nobody's gonna do anything about it. Nobody cares. I'm just gonna be real with it, right?
But people do care.
Nah,
in the neighborhoods.
Bro, Gunner became a bigger artist. 6ix9ine became a bigger artist.
No.
After
why
they did
do
what they
people
did.
always say that?
It's a fact.
He did not become a bigger artist.
Yes, he did.
The height of his career was right before he got locked up and then snitched.
No.
Yes.
When he came home,
He might have got more attention for a brief period of time, but it wasn't about the music. Granted, he had the biggest Instagram live ever.
you tell
Right
me,
when he got home.
you
But it
tell me
wasn't like
it's
the
only-
music was
it's
big.
only a handful of artists where it is about the music.
Name a big song that 6ix9ine put out after he got released from jail.
The one with Nicki.
The one with Nicki. But besides that, I mean, and I don't think that was a hit on the level that like Gummo was a hit.
Yeah, but see, well, commercially it couldn't be because they wasn't going to play or put his stuff on the playlist.
That is true, but also like people
Kodak
just weren't
Black
trying to
song
really.
it did some numbers too.
Not like that.
No, it didn't do the Nicki number, but it did some numbers. Now, and his Latin music does crazy numbers.
He just put out a Latin project, didn't even do that good.
Did it come out all the way? The last
I
album?
believe so. Yeah.
The album?
Yeah.
Right? So he does great on that side of it. But what I'm saying is, back in the day, boy, if you was labeled that, it was over with.
But the fact that nobody
people don't care.
But the fact that nobody cares about 6ix9ine's music right now is 100% because he snitched. That's what popped the balloon. Like,
No.
oh, he had this whole aura around him, and then he snitched, and then everybody just decided, like, it's like they all collectively
No.
broke out of this delusion.
No. 6ix9ine was kind of banned from certain platforms.
And that helped, but before
It
that,
didn't help, bro.
keep in
That-
mind,
that-
6ix9ine blew the up with no industry cosigns for quite some time.
What do you mean industry cosigns?
Like early on in his career, nobody wanted to help him. He forced his way into the industry.
But he would get playlisted.
Yeah.
They was playing him on radio.
That helped for sure,
Yeah,
but
hell
also
yeah,
those
that
are
helped
kind
a
of like
whole
late
lot.
stage developments in him blowing up as an artist.
That helped a whole goddamn lot,
I just
bro.
don't understand the idea that he was more popular after he got locked up. It's like nobody else was living in
Gunna.
the same reality as me.
Gunner was definitely more popular after he
See,
told.
I don't even really agree with that.
You crazy. He wasn't selling out motherfucking arenas.
Gunna,
Are you crazy?
let's see how Gunna's doing right now. Everybody hypes this shit up as if he's so popular right now. I don't really buy it.
His music. You can't. I don't. You say what you want. His music is there.
Watch this. Google Trends. Watch this. We're gonna pop a hole in this Gunna thing. Over.
I watched that dude go sell out the Barclays 2 nights in a row. He wasn't doing none of that before he left. Sorry. He wasn't doing it. Damn, Ghetto's moving 5.2 million.
Look at this. This is like right around the time that Gunna told. These big spikes are basically like Gunna telling on Thug. But look at how his time in the media in 2019 is basically almost exactly the same as where he's at right now.
Where's the spike at in the middle?
The spikes are from him telling.
There it goes. What did I tell you? What did I tell you?
I'm just saying that all things considered, it's not really like...
Bro, that era right there.
Can you see this or should I move it over?
That era right there,
Yeah.
he made some serious power moves. He dropped the album, outsold Thug, went and sold out Barclays 2-3 nights in a row, and God knows whatever else he done did what came from that.
I mean...
Telling does not affect, listen, I hate to say it, telling, being part of the community, the LGBT community, all those things that used to affect people, it's the total opposite today.
Well, I'll say this. If Gunna sucked the dick and there was a video...
He's going to really go crazy.
No. If
What?
Gunna sucked the dick, it's over.
Crazy.
100% over.
Crazy.
He's not that kind of artist. Nobody wants to see him suck a dick.
Listen, I mean, look.
I
Listen,
mean, I'll watch.
I don't think it would affect him.
Oh, it would be over.
No, it wouldn't. I think he's going to pick up the community.
I don't really care that much.
What's the dude? Remember they sent me the video in the middle. We was recording Game album down there. What's the dude? Rashad. Isaiah Rashad.
Yeah, what happened to his career? He sucked a bunch of dicks.
That fool shit spiked up like 20, 30%.
Did it?
Hell yeah. His shit went up. Now, he just didn't own it and stand on it. He kind of went to his little hole. If he would have stepped out, because when it hit, his streams went up, everything went up. He just didn't own it, and it was like...
I think he was embarrassed.
Yeah, because he got like a family.
Look, why he hasn't posted anything in 3 years?
That's when it happened.
What the fuck is he doing?
That's when it happened.
He sucked those dicks for nothing. Wasn't he getting like double teamed or some shit? Like,
Yo, listen.
He was. I honestly didn't watch it. I feel like I miss out on a lot of.
I got to call my homegirl because I sent it to her, and she said, I remember she said this. She said, "I'm jealous."
That he got banged out that hard?
No, she said the nigga did a better job than her.
Wow. I mean, he has the equipment.
You excited about that?
He has a dick. So, of course, he's probably better at sucking dick since he has a dick.
But you act like you...
He knows what boys like.
You know, Adam, I heard some shit. I'm going to leave it alone, though, bro.
About me?
Man,
I feel like if we want this podcast to progress, at some point we have to get better than you just constantly calling me gay.
You call yourself gay. You say gay things.
Okay, that's fair.
What are you talking about?
Right.
You say it. I have to ignore it.
But I feel like I've turned over a new leaf. I'm not saying any gay stuff
Whatever
anymore.
leaf. You just said some gay shit last week.
2024 was my gay year.
We're still in 2024.
I know, but we're at the tail end.
You wore thongs. You did photo shoots. You proposition people. All kind of gay shit.
Yeah, but I've moved past that.
That's cool. But
I've decided that I want to troll less. I want to beef less. I want to be less in the mix. I want to get back to the basics.
Okay, well, that's
doing
cool.
my interviews, having conversations about
I
rap.
don't want to have gay conversation.
You bring it up all the time.
No, you say it.
You're openly fantasizing about Isaiah Rashad getting banged out by 2 hoodlums.
I don't know nothing about him getting banged out.
Well, he was getting drilled, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
I think. I don't know. I didn't see the video. I should have watched the video.
They just said the video he was giving somebody else some more, say another man. I don't know nothing about what you said. I know nothing about that. That's new.
I should watch
But
it.
what I'm saying is, it doesn't affect people's careers anymore.
I think it's
In a negative
especially
way.
like a gangster street rapper, like Isaiah Rashad, R&B dude or whatever. I guess maybe it wouldn't affect him as much, but
It doesn't. I'm telling you, nobody cares.
so you
Nobody cares if you snitch. Nobody cares.
this is the thing. If Lil Baby got exposed for doing
not
some
doing
gay
that.
shit,
We're not doing that.
yes,
We're not doing that.
the
We're not
gay
having that
community
conversation.
would be very interested in him. He'd have a big
Not
viral
having that
moment. And I know, of
conversation.
course, Wham would never do such a
We're
thing.
not
But
having that conversation.
his entire existing
let's-
fan base
let-
would turn their back on him.
Let's talk about somebody else doing that.
Okay.
We're not having that. We're not even. What are you talking about? Lil Baby got an album coming January 3rd.
Yeah, and I heard some very interesting stuff.
He got an album. He did a great interview with Lil Yachty.
Yes.
Great
I heard that it's all hands on deck behind the scenes to get him and Ack back on good terms because the label feels that Ack single-handedly created
That's cap.
the narrative that Lil Baby is lame and washed and over to such an extent that behind the scenes, everybody who could possibly be called to work on this project is focused in on how do we get Ack and Lil Baby back on good terms because they think it's not Lil Baby's music, it's academics creating this narrative about him being lame.
I don't believe that because
Well, I got it on mega good info.
if that was the case, they would just call me to talk to Ack and figure it out.
Maybe they haven't got to you yet, but many
I don't
other
believe
people
that.
have been called.
I don't believe that. I'm gonna put a text
And
in now.
Ack and him did get on the phone via Rodwave. They went through Rodwave instead of Wack 100, shockingly. And apparently they have got to a better place.
I don't believe that. That's crazy.
No, that's 100% true. Ack talked about it on stream last night.
Oh, so he said they called.
Yeah, him and Lil Baby got on the phone. Apparently it was somewhat conciliatory. Ack's not going to stop giving his opinion about him, but he seems to have come to an understanding where he's not going to be at his throat. He's not going to be trying to shape the narrative in the same way.
Well, see, I don't even like that because if that was the case, then it just should have stopped. It should have been talked about because now what they've done, or whoever done, by talking about it, made people pay attention even more as if Lil Baby's looking for some amnesty, and I don't think that's true. I believe Lil Baby music is what it is. Ack had his issues with Lil Baby. He got a big platform. He voiced his opinion. His people gonna ride with him. Some gonna stay with Lil Baby, but I just think it should have been an understanding of respect when it came to the conversation. And it should have been talked about openly.
I think all Ack said was that they got on the phone and it was cool. He didn't really give them any details or whatever.
that's
The
cool.
stuff I'm saying about everybody being all hands on deck to try to get them back on good terms, from what I heard, it's not like Lil Baby's over here groveling for Ack to be cool with him. It's the label and people on the managerial side who are basically like, look, we got to make this happen, even if Lil Baby's not going to go super out of his way to make this happen.
Well, they should because Lil Baby's a guy that doesn't really have issues with anybody. He doesn't have issues with anybody. You know what I mean? He's a very likable guy.
Yeah, he hasn't made that a
respectful
big part
guy.
of his career.
Yeah, nah, he don't. He really wasn't even doing diss music and things like that. So, of course, Ack's a major platform. So, of course, that's something that they would like to have when it's time to press go
Right.
in their favor. It's on the label or the manager side, but end of the day, I think Lil Baby's music, his project, I think it'll speak for itself. It'll stand up. He took about 2 summers off. I know he did a tour.
Yeah, I don't know why he took all that time off.
I think.
I think his music wasn't connecting, so he decided to take the time off to try to give people a fresh slate.
Well, he got a song called 5 a.m. You go listen to it. He tells his fans why he took the time off. He said he had some serious things going on in his life. I don't know if it was family. I did kind of see a breakup or two, with his wife or baby mom, whoever that may have been. We did see him do a tour. And, bro, when people come into it the way he came into it, and that run, and you got a 4 or 5 year run, bro, at some point in time, you can want to take a break. Now, a 2-year break, no. A 3-4 month break, maybe. But I don't think when artists get so high, they don't understand that you got to continue to feed your people. Even when I took the break, I would have already pre-recorded or did some things, whether it was a form of a mixtape or some content, just to continue to feed them so it didn't look like I was gone that long. But in this day and age, 2 summers, they'll forget about you.
Hell the Yeah, and that's why I don't believe that shit. If you're going to take a 2-year break, it's almost certainly a calculation that your music's not connecting. You need to reset people's expectations, take some time off. Then you're going to come back and you're so good that they're going to see something in you that they forgot about.
What happens
It doesn't
is,
frequently work out that way in this current climate, though.
And what happens is, believe it or not, when you have them, nephew, the baby, prime example, his style of raps, the cadence style of rap, right? Nobody said nothing about it. Every time he dropped, it was hot. Yo, we love it, we love it, we love it. He had this thing that went on where they tried to blackball him, and he was down about 18 months, 2 years. So when he comes back with his same style of rap, it's so much music that has dropped in between time to where now you sound dated.
Right.
Right, and your fans are like, we're not on that anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just that's just what this is now.
I saw people go in the course of like a year, maybe 2 years, from chomping at the bit, thinking the baby was the hottest new shit, that it was amazing, that he seemed like the dopest guy ever, to just constantly seeing viral tweets going off about how the baby's still got the same flow and all that shit. And for me, as somebody who always thought that he seemed like a good guy and that he seemed like, you know, a good rap star, I was kind of shocked. Like, wow, y'all really turned your back on him that fast. Huh?
Yeah.
I seen the same thing happen with Megan.
Yeah, something
I
else
saw people love Megan, and then all of a sudden, a year later, they fucking hate her. Now, granted, a lot of that is personal stuff, the Tory shit in particular.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so easy to make moves. Like, rappers don't realize that they are more comparable to memes in this day and age, in the sense that a rapper comes out, they got a flow, they got like a beat style, and they got a voice. And people can just get sick of those things so quickly. And also, you have a public persona. You have the way that people view you. So if anything happens where they get sick of hearing your voice, or they hear it too much to the point where it no longer sounds novel or unique to them, or there's only so many things you can rap about.
But here goes the thing. If you continue to feed them
Right.
without no breaks, their mind, right, won't forget about you.
If you're dope
up,
enough.
If you bag up, Drake got the same shit. Different delivery, don't get me wrong. You know what I mean?
He
Drake
switches
still
his
Drake.
style up more than anybody.
Yeah, right? But, well, this is probably the longest Drake break we've had.
But even then, it's like, since the Kendrick thing, he's dropped like 20 fucking songs or some shit. Like, there's been a lot
whatever he had dropped.
but they haven't been like fully, no album,
but
they're
again,
not
he
fully
fed
promoted.
his people. So if he made the decision, I'm not coming till second quarter 2025, he still fed his people something, right?
Yeah.
This day and age, you got a lot of artists that come from the ground up. They get way up there. They do a 4 or 5 year run. They be like, yo, I'm going to take a break because they think they're so big and my fans are so dedicated. You know how fans will do you on the spot. Yeah. You go to sleep, come outside, and wait too long. The front yard is empty. It's about 5 people saying, yeah, we're still with you. The rest are gone, and then they're going to justify why they're gone. They're going to say, oh, your shit sounds the same. Well, it sounds the same way when you were my fan. Yeah, well, we're on to this, we're on to that, we're on to this, we're on to that, right? So at the end of the day, I do believe Lil Baby could pull it back together. We're going to see what his music does. I think he's going to come out swinging in 2025. I do believe we need to see some visuals. Let his fans see some visuals.
There was a level of coolness associated with Lil Baby for the beginning part of his career that made you feel like he was so cool that it was never going to wear off. And then through just like inundating people with his music and just maybe dropping too much, he just kind of got people to the point where they weren't as impressed. His flow started to sound a little bit dated compared to all the other stuff going on. For sure, I think that the break was probably a good idea. But if you're not going to come back with music that really
That's a little different.
rocks and shocks the nation, then I don't know. My question, what is your response to Bad Baby's boyfriend, X Games LV on Instagram, who took aim at you and basically called you out for our conversation, which apparently I was fair to him because he did not include me in dissing me in this Instagram post.
I just said he was a buster because he fired on her. The minute
I also am against that, yeah.
The minute Chief Keef was calling and he's there, us, tell that nigga you about to pull up right now. Tell him you about to pull up. Tell him you about to pull up. We're not hanging the phone up,
And then take it out on her.
and take it out on the chick. You was a bitch ass nigga for that. That's it.
It's pretty undeniable. You can't hit girls.
I'm just being real. Like
The mother of your kid?
He's calling on the phone. You supposed to told her to tell him to meet her somewhere, and then took that anger and aggression out on Chief Keef.
But isn't that unfair too? Like, he didn't do anything.
I mean, I'm just saying, if you're gonna be mad at somebody,
Yeah. But to be fair,
he wanted to hit somebody.
a lot of guys end up in this position.
Listen,
where
he wanted to hit somebody.
You want to beat up your girl, but you can't because there are social norms that say that this is not okay. So then you beat up the guy that is talking to her or that she cheated on you with or whatever. I understand, but also, like, in his position, how is it going to make shit better if Chief Keef has to smoke you in your fucking garage or whatever?
Then don't do nothing at all. Don't hit her.
But then he's stuck with nobody to beat up. He's mad. He wants to hit somebody. You got to hit the wall.
Bro, listen, I'm saying he chose to hang the phone up and fire on Bad Baby. That's her name, right?
Danielle, but yes.
Yeah, fire on her. Instead of tell him to come meet you over here right now. And get in the bushes and come out and do your thing. Chief Keef probably would have whooped him out.
If Chief Keef died in such a way, then
We didn't say die.
That would be very sad.
I didn't say die.
I don't want to see that happen.
I didn't say die. I just said Chief Keef probably would have whooped him out, right?
Chief Keef needs to keep a sniper with him, even when he's going to get some nookie.
Well, why is he mad at me? The dude is mad for what reason?
I don't know exactly what you said in that episode.
What's his name? What's the dude? I don't even know the dude.
What was it? Levon.
Levon.
Some shit.
Okay. Levon, I'm sorry, but you's a bitch ass nigga.
I hit him up. I said, hey, come on the podcast. Let's talk about this.
What'd he say?
No response.
That's why people call you a culture vulture.
Why? Because I want to have a conversation
Boy, as
with him?
soon as you see some shit going on amongst the community, you want to keep the fire. You want to egg it on.
She's white. I have a dog in this fight. It's not like inappropriate for me
Is
to
the
do.
dog named Ralph?
You like the shirt?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out which
It's like
one
the
is
best
Ralph.
shirt ever, right? This is the sickest shirt I ever had in my life. He did not even read my message. So,
Live on.
this is the best shirt ever. Shout out to Monica of Plug Talk. Can't believe it. I wanted to bring him in today, but
Live on.
live on. Okay. How do you feel about your boy Ray J getting exposed for apparently eating Sukihana's pussy?
That's not getting exposed. There's no video. Is there a video of Ray J eating Sukihana's
But
pussy?
she told his ex-wife, Princess Love, it aired out. She aired it out.
She told who that?
So, okay, let's pull up
This
the post.
morning on the morning show, they were talking about it, but I didn't see that.
This is, okay. Hey, Suki, it's Princess. I don't want Ray. Please tell him to stop trying to suck my pussy.
That's Princess talking.
Got a hold of his phone. Damn, it's a lot of bitches in here. Oh, okay, so
That's Princess talking.
so he's still trying to fuck his ex, and
We-
she's exposing this to
That's
Sukihana.
not his ex.
No, Princess is. Yeah,
No, it's not.
yeah, it's his ex-wife or ex-girl at the very least. Don't they have a kid together?
They have 2 kids.
Yeah.
They live together. I was just there at Thanksgiving.
Well, she's messaging Sukihana and telling her to stop.
She's trolling.
Hey, by the way, he said he hates when you keep calling him with no hair. LOL.
And I probably, Ray J might got some content with FaceTime content with Sukihana without her little unit on.
Oh yeah. I mean, a lot of girls have wigs. That's nothing to be ashamed of, right?
I love my little peanut head woman when she ain't got her unit on.
Oh yeah.
On her little
Oh
peanut
shit,
head.
your girl got a baldy?
No, what do you mean? It's just your girl got a big ass head?
No,
I
actually.
would like my woman to have a little peanut head. Because if not, she got a big head. You don't want your woman to have a big head.
I'm just saying that.
But where does she expose Ray J at?
Look at this
You
typo.
cannot expose
What is this? A judge allows J apostrophe Z
accuser to proceed.
Yeah, but look at this insane typo. What the
Jay's
fuck are we doing?
accuser.
Yeah. That's why
Anonymous and
That's why this has 71 likes.
No, that's a lie though, because they expose it, right?
Well, so I guess, okay, I'll just read it. Jay-Z was hit with a warning in his fight against Jane Doe's sexual lawsuit as a judge ruled that the woman can proceed anonymously and blasted the rapper's lawyer, Alex Spiro, for relentlessly filing combative motions. The court will not fast-track the judicial process merely because counsel demands it. I mean, apparently Jay-Z's team is using this like mega aggressive legal strategy to file all these complaints against the lawyers and everything. And this is basically the judge saying, hey, stop fucking around. You're not going to control the court in such a way.
It's really the court saying, hey, Negro, we know you're a rich mogul, and we're not going to give you your way.
You know, I think making it all about race is probably a losing strategy.
No, it's not about, no, that shit's for real. When you dealing with them type of judges, like a lot of people don't understand when it came to the Klan started making a move a total different place. They wasn't moving in the streets. They was moving in law enforcement, judges, DAs, places like that, right? So they could put their work in on that side of it. This is just what it is. I mean, I'm not mad about their movement. That's their movement. But we're not naive. We're not dumb to it.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay.
You hate that.
What?
You hate that's the reality of our world.
That what?
Not to say you're like that.
Sorry, I was like barely paying attention.
the
What
total
do you
opposite.
want me to respond to?
No, you're the total opposite.
When you do the thing where you just like make everything about
I didn't
race,
say it was
I
you.
kind of zone out.
You don't
because-
think shit is about race these days? For real. I'm going to ask you, do you think anything's about race?
I think it's less about race than ever before in American history.
Okay, so that means you agree that some things are about race. Saying it's less about race is you admitting that sometimes it is about race.
Sure, some things are about race.
There it is. I'm not saying you the last person I would accuse of that, right? Because your environment doesn't say that. Your environment says, A, you're not a culture vulture. B, you don't give a shit about what color somebody is.
A lot of people would disagree with this, but
No,
yeah,
this is
I
the
agree.
fact.
I agree. I am
It's
not
a
racist.
fact. You're not. Like, God, if you was.
I just think when you look at the situation of Jay-Z and this girl who's doing this lawsuit against him for something that happened 20 years ago, it's because he's a billionaire. It is 0% because he's black.
No, that's what she filed. We're talking
She's
about.
black too, right?
No, we don't know what she is.
I'm pretty sure.
We're talking about the judge saying you can expose that this is against Jay-Z and drag his name through the mud and family and friends and businesses and whatever hits he has to take. But yet now we're going to rule against us identify who you are. Because guess what? If she's known to be a liar, a slanderer, her family, friends, or wherever she works at, it may have an effect on her as well, right?
That's not how I took it. I took it as they want Jay-Z's team to stop trying to push them around.
No, they filed weeks ago that
To
the
try to have
Jane
her
Doe
name exposed,
to be
yeah.
exposed. Originally, Jay-Z name was something A.
I don't think their decision
wasn't
to
exposed.
not expose her identity has anything to do with race, though.
No,
Again,
no,
she's black, apparently.
It doesn't matter. It's about. We don't know what she is because they're not exposing anything about her.
Right.
Right? It's the fact that if that would have been, the odds are if that would have been somebody else that did not look like him requesting that with those type of attorneys, he has the right legal team. He's just the wrong face.
The thing is, too, is that she's going to get exposed. Her identity is definitely coming out at some point.
It has to.
Yeah. If this shit really goes to trial and this shit
what
plays
if-
out over the next couple of years, for sure
look,
we're going to figure out who she is.
What if right now she just drops it and walks away?
And Busby's going to feel like his time was really wasted.
Okay? And again, she got away scot-free with some BS, which it ain't going to happen because Jay-Z going to go at her.
Well, but they're
legal
continuing
team.
with this lawsuit. So as much as to us, it seems pretty obvious that she lied about a bunch of stuff and that stuff is disqualifying, I don't think in the court's eyes that stuff is necessarily enough because, you know, when you're talking about an assault that might have happened 20 years ago, of course there's going to be a lot of things that people remember wrong. Now, to the scale of wrong that she got, to me, it seems disqualifying. I don't think in the court's eyes that's necessarily true.
So your dad came to get you, but your dad said, we live 5 hours away from that location. A, you were 13. B, how did you get there? C, I never came and got you.
But I don't think that's going to stop Busby. I think Busby's still going full steam ahead.
Well, that's going to stop Busby.
Also, we don't necessarily even know that those things, I mean, those things seem to be true, but
I don't think
know.
Jay-Z's legal team would have released that if it wasn't.
yeah.
I think it was some PIs that contacted him and said with him.
Well,
I don't think they plan like that.
More importantly, Ray J's out here eating pussy.
His wife. You don't eat your wife's pussy?
No, I do.
That's his
I wish
wife.
you would let me do it more.
That's his wife.
Yeah.
That's his wife. Like, what do you?
Right, but she's exposing him for dealing with Sukihana. So now we know that Sukihana and Ray J had sex, which I didn't know before. Not really that surprising.
Can I ask you a question?
Not that surprising.
Do you think you can really expose Ray J for having sex?
I honestly think
he's a king.
Two celebrities as big as Ray J and Sukihana having sex is of note, even if it's not that surprising. We're not going to
put Sukihana on Ray J's level when it comes to talking about having sex.
Would you want to fuck Sukihana if you weren't in a relationship?
No, I'm saying he made the Kardashians.
Right.
What the fuck are we talking about?
Yeah, but what has he done lately? That's old shit.
We're talking about having sex. He's done a whole lot lately, but we're talking about having sex.
Yeah, but those are white women.
You can't expose Ray J by having sex.
You can.
You can't.
What if he fucked a cat?
No, what a woman.
That's not exposure. If we release,
female.
If I put out a video of Ray J fucking a cat, this is now the most iconic bestiality form of all time.
Why? What does that have to do with
all I'm saying is you can expose someone for having sex.
What a female.
Or a cat.
Ray, where's the animal coming in this at?
I'm just saying if you fucked a cat, it would obviously be newsworthy. Him fucking Sukihana, not as newsworthy, but still newsworthy.
I mean, but bro, Ray J fucked Sukihana. Okay, no big deal.
I care.
Why? I mean, it's not a shock.
I want to know everybody who's fucking.
It's not a shock, though.
It's not a shock, but it's still interesting.
Listen,
especially if he's saying that he doesn't want her to be hanging out with no wig on.
There came a time before my artists settled down with their significant others that my trio of artists, I would have lined up with anybody's team of three and hit all kind of shit.
You were a pussy organizer for Ray J. That's what you're saying?
No, I wasn't. I'm just saying, right? My team of artists, they wasn't no joke when it came to that type of shit.
Game.
Blueface.
Known Slayer. Blueface. Pussy Slayer. Ray J. Perhaps a pussy slayer greater than both of the names.
That's a fact.
So you would give it to him?
What? I don't know. No.
Blueface stays in the trenches too much.
I couldn't get it. Him and Game.
Blueface fucking too many randos,
before Game
right?
settled down at one point in time.
Wait, Game settled down?
I believe Game has settled down. Yeah, Game laid back and, Game chill, man. He really ain't tripping, unless you tripping with him. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Unless you make him come outside. Game is fucking, he's running around, he's shaking people's hands. He's been, if you pay attention to Game the last 5 years, you remember when he was going out, knocking on doors with the groceries and having dinner with random families?
Not really. It sounds like an album promo.
By himself. No, he was just doing it by himself. Lately, he's been going on his runs and just like talking to random people.
My girl's always telling me like, oh, Taylor Swift played a concert in a living room for 50 of her fans. And I'm like, yeah, that's an album rollout.
Did the album
when she gets mad at me, it's like I told her that Santa doesn't exist.
Who?
Santa.
Who got mad at you?
My girl. Because I'm basically saying that Taylor Swift's not doing that out of the goodness of her heart. She's doing it because it's album promo.
Yeah.
That's like what the label will tell you to do.
Well, she's a fan. She travels around the world to see this.
I know. I shouldn't poke holes in her.
Yeah, you shouldn't. You should know better. You should go try to buy her Taylor Swift memorabilia or some shit. Like,
I did. That's a good guess. I got her some memorabilia for Christmas.
Yeah. You don't like, goddamn.
Okay, I also want to shout out my boy Trap Lil Ross. He put out a 4-hour documentary about Lil Durk and his 6 murders.
He didn't piss some people off.
With that?
My God.
Really? That pissed people off?
I got a call on my way here from my boy Denat. He probably live right now, and he's mad at me because he was like, yo, he's not black. He's attacking this. I said, listen, man. Trap Lord just reporting and going over the documents. It's available to all.
Right.
Whether he's black, white, don't matter, right? Well, he's painting the narrative. I said, no, he's just going over the paperwork. And,
you ever listen to Durk's music? The narrative was already painted.
Listen.
Every goddamn song's about who he killed.
Listen, and I'm telling him, like, look, bro, Durk's not no fucking saint. Yeah. You listen to his music.
No.
So if he's giving people something to go off of, it's just content. So he was mad. Now, this is a race card I don't agree with. They said, but he's white. I said, it don't matter what color he's in. He's a blogger.
Right. I mean, if he was black. And
they said it would be cool.
Let's say he lived in the trenches of Chicago. They already would have got his ass out the way.
Trap Lord?
The only reason he was able to do this is because he's in London.
That's a fact.
And because he's white, and because people have a social
and because
stigma against that.
They're listening to him.
Yeah.
They're responding to him. They're watching it.
There's a lot I could say about that documentary, but I'm going to point out the one thing that blew my mind the most. So, do you know who Morgan Wallen is?
No, I don't know.
Morgan Wallen is a country superstar, one of the biggest country artists. Durk did a song with him. Really, really big song. Great song. Listened to it a million times. At one point, Durk posts something on Instagram. Morgan Wallen shows up in the comments and leaves a bunch of duck emojis in his comment. Now, obviously, to anybody in hip hop, you know that Lil Durk and FBG Duck was like one of the bigger beefs. They hated each other. They say King Von paid to get
Morgan was talking
to get Duck killed. Right. So everybody starts tripping out though in the comments saying, "Yo, Morgan, what are you doing? Like, you don't want to get involved in this shit. You're fucking crazy." Everybody's laughing. Whatever. Morgan Wallen actually puts out a statement saying, "I apologize for the reference. I didn't mean any disrespect to any fallen rappers, etc. It was an accident. The only reason why I used those duck emojis is because when me and Durk hung out, Durk told me how much he loved going duck hunting."
Oh, Durk's a savage. Durk's a savage.
Bro.
Yo. That's a good one.
So
That's better than my damn
Right.
Biggie thing I did.
Durk's hanging out in the studio
Yo.
with Morgan Wallen, telling him that he loves to go duck hunting, and apparently never at any point hinted that he was trolling. I'm going to go out on a limb and say,
Yo.
almost no
Say what
gang-related
you want.
rappers from Chicago have ever actually gone duck hunting.
Yo, where's that audio
What?
of him saying that?
It's a statement that he actually put out. Watch this.
Yo,
Morgan
listen.
Wallen.
That shit's incredible. Durk's a savage for that. That's that Hunter side of the trenches type content right there.
See, look, this is from 3 years ago. My granny's address. I grew up in the house that made me the realest, and so Morgan Wallen comments a bunch of ducks. Okay, but then he ends up putting out a statement.
Yo, this is crazy.
I'm not sure where we're gonna be able to see the actual statement that he put out, but he did put. Maybe it's this. Ugh. I hate the internet. I hate the fucking.
You can bleed whatever you want.
Country singer. Yo, listen,
I don't
man.
fucking know.
Really, if
It's
he
too
said it,
small.
he
I
said
can't even
it.
read it.
If he said-
I
You know,
saw it. Go watch Trapler Ross's documentary.
I had this debate today. What's the difference between Mystical and Tupac? Oh, brother, what do they have in common?
Well, the obvious one is that they both have had sexual assault lawsuits or criminal
No
charges, or but beyond that, I don't know. But Mystical's been back and forth for like the same types of charges over and over, right?
Yeah. I think he on number 2 or 3. Mystical, one of my favorite rappers, though. Well, somebody asked me that, and I wasn't ready for it. But you got it right.
Well, yeah, that's the first thing that came to mind. I can't believe I can't find this.
Oh,
Oh,
you
no,
know
no,
the
no,
crazy
look,
part
I think
about it
this
is
is it.
nobody wants to admit that one of their favorite rappers is a sexual predator.
Look at this. Morgan Wallen said, "Me and Durk always talk about going duck hunting. Had no clue it could mean anything else. I wouldn't disrespect the dead." So you always talk about going duck hunting? Like,
Yo.
how is Durk even able to participate in that conversation unless
It's funny.
maybe
because
he went duck hunting
Listen.
at some point in his life? I don't know.
Durk knew I've done this before. Had a conversation with somebody,
Mm.
saying some things that they had no idea what I was talking about,
Yeah.
but they were really into the conversation because of what they thought I was talking about.
Right.
And the people around Durk were having a blast with that conversation.
That's what I was thinking too. Everybody's sitting around giggling about that one.
Giggling, laughing. Dude don't know why they're laughing.
That's crazy. I mean, this is like old news, but the Trap Lord Ross
No,
thing
that's
just really brought it back
So
to the
we gonna,
surface for me.
how long is the Trap Lord thing?
4 hours.
Oh, yeah, we're going to listen to that.
Honestly, you can kind of not watch the beginning if you already know a lot about Durk's life, and then you can kind of not watch the end because obviously we've all been paying so much attention to the murder of Lil Pab that I turned it off a little bit before the end. But the stuff about FBG Cash was very interesting to me. I did not know about any of that shit.
It's a lot of motherfucking alphabets in front of people's names. I can't keep up with these alphabets.
FBG Cash is
FBG, FNK,
FBG Young's
EWF.
older brother who
OFT and TPO and I don't know what the.
I won't go into details, but there was a whole thing with Chief Keef's mom, and he actually got on the phone with Chief Keef's mom and recorded it. And
NJG Wack.
NJG.
NJG Wack.
NJK. No Jumper Killer.
No Jumper Gang.
Okay.
No Jumper Gang Wack.
Yeah.
Here we tell Brick we got to click Brick. NJG. I know he don't like the G.
Why?
Because it's gangster. He's a neighborhood.
Yeah.
But NJ, he don't care. Brick, he run around claiming to be gay. He said some gay shit about nephew and all. Brick don't care no more anyway. Right. I don't think Brick care. I partly to blame because I said it in the interview. I'm like, I think Brick's going to cross the street and everybody and he going to go his way. But
everybody go turn up. New Brick Baby music video, Boogie Dance. You can see me, Traplo Ross, and Lush in the background in the video.
Is it boogie dance or booty dance?
Boogie dance. No booty. No buka.
I don't know,
either.
bro, because I'm
gonna put it on the screen.
He just is he's way out
Brick
there.
Boogie Dance. I almost wrote dick. Boogie dick. Boogie Dance. 2 days, 11K. That's not enough. Turn my man up. This is a good song. It's very very fast paced.
This is a Wack song. This song's
it's
an
up tempo, energy filled hit.
Yeah, but his rapping, Brick can rap better than that.
You think?
Yeah, I believe so.
I'll tell him. I'm sure he would assume that criticism is coming from a good place.
No, yeah, he could. I don't know if he was high, but we need to hear more of his flow instead of his laid back Beavis and Butthead flow. For real though, bro. I think Brick can, I'm gonna tell you who can rap. Are you familiar with this New York dude, Zip with the Drip?
Isn't he's from like the whole Tupac thing or some shit, right?
No.
Who's Zip with the Drip?
He can rap. I had to call and tell him. He been putting up rap songs and shit on his Instagram. He can rap. Zip with the Drip. There you go. That's him. He burnt out.
It looks like a bunch of Clubhouse content.
No, but he can rap. Look, the dude.
Zip with the Drip.
Who
am I replacing him? Who's Von Zip or whatever from the Tupac thing? I'm thinking
no,
that guy.
not him.
Oh, okay.
Dude can rap. And I had to call and tell him.
Zip with the Drip.
The dude can fucking rap. I promise you he can rap.
His name sounds like when I go to pee and then I get my wiener stuck in my fly.
Oh, man, you on some bullshit.
I
told him
zip up the drip.
I told him we need to explore that a little more. Check it out. I'm not a hater. We didn't always get along, but I've seen him the last week or two put up 2 different clips rapping. Dude can rap.
Is this him with the Legos on his head?
No, that's him to the right with the beard.
Okay.
He's funny as hell.
All right.
I came front. He's funny as hell. He can rap.
All right. I'm going to go try to catch my ute before she falls asleep. Shout out to everybody who watched this. It was a great year. I assume we won't have any more episodes.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
Before the end of the year.
We wish you a Merry Christmas and screw your New Year.
And for New Year's, don't do too much Coke. Don't do too much Molly. But some is okay.
But screw on New Year.
Don't smoke any weed with any 10-year-olds. Don't get Finesse 2 Times.
Oh, don't get Finesse 2 Times. Oh my God. What the fuck? Where is he at?
Show the background again.
Yo, where is he at?
He's back any day now.
Yo, what is going on with this dude?
I love that.
I'll blame Creep for that.
All the
Creep,
windows,
that's you.
We X out of everything and we're left with Flacco gangbanging.
Oh my God.
What more do you need?
Everybody tag 4 extras and tag Stay Free.
Woo!